I see board breaking as much more of a metaphor to you have something that's an obstacle to your success. Hey folks, hope you have an amazing, fantastic day. Coach Daryl Johnson here, founder of HTK Krav Maga. I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit different than what we usually do in Krav Maga. Krav Maga, we talk about self-defense, ground fighting, defense against punches, attacks, hair grabs, weapons, all that kind of stuff. But today I'm going to talk about board breaking. And in my first 15, 16 years of martial arts, I trained in and taught Taekwondo, which is a Korean style of a karate style of martial arts. Board breaking is a very pivotal point of the training at the advanced levels. You do it testing, you do it for various demonstrations, etc. So it's a key part of what it is in the more traditional martial arts systems. We don't really do it in Krav Maga because it just doesn't have a real practical application. Here's what it does do. It does a couple of things. One is it demonstrates your ability to focus your technique and energy. Although, according to the laws of physics, if you understand how physics works, board breaking isn't an especially difficult task to do, as far as how much force it takes and the impact point and the speed and velocity and all those kinds of relatively dry kind of calculations. But what it does is it helps me to look at someone's ability to not only take their physical force and can they put it in the right spot, but more importantly, can they get their mind in a position where they can see themselves breaking through this barrier, this piece of wood, or sometimes bricks. And that's the more important part. I know that if a student has reasonably good technique and they can reasonably focus that technique in the right part of the board, and in their mind they believe they can go through it, board breaking isn't that difficult. But the mind part is where people get hung up on it. And they see a piece of wood that's real wood, the kind you would make a bookshelf out of or something like that. And it's got real implications of possible danger if you don't break it. So they get in their mind, they start making it a bigger deal. So when we do board breaking, and this is true of all martial arts, obviously it demonstrates power and the impact of your technique, your side kick or your punch or whatever. But as I've moved more into personal development, I see board breaking as much more of a metaphor to you have something that's an obstacle to your success, whether it's a job or a promotion or educational degree, or maybe it's dealing with other people. Some people have a real anxiety about being social. Your ability to create in your mind the success of you breaking through the board creates a real positive reinforcement of breaking through this barrier. And although I have not been doing a lot of board breaking with students for many years because it doesn't fit in our curriculum per se, I have kind of forgotten how important it can be to bring this task back into the world, especially when I get around people who aren't martial arts folks, who haven't done karate or Krav Maga or jiu-jitsu or any of these disciplines. And to them, the board breaking is a very interesting and really surreal kind of experience. So you'll be seeing us do more of this, not only for our students, and honestly guys, it's just really fun. Board breaking is really fun. But in the personal development space, when I work with people to get over their fears, living a fearless life, this is going to be a key element I use to make sure they understand that most of the lack of progress in getting through a barrier, a mental barrier, is really all mental. There's very little physical restraints. So that is a key part of what we're doing. And I'm looking forward to teaching some board breaking seminars, both for students and using this in our personal development training to help people live a more fearless life. I'll talk to you soon.